Cips Clips.
Alrighty, YouTube's another one of Kip's Clips. So I want to talk about aliens again, believe it or not. Just because I'm not as committed to their existence as some doesn't mean that I don't think about it and it isn't interesting. But for me, I find it interesting on a whole different level. But anywho, as the synchronicities would have it, I'm sitting listening to Dan Aykroyd on Joe Rogan, and even at points I think Joe Rogan secretly's like, "You're full of pish, mate, you believe this and that, everything, every twinkle in the sky's a UFO to this guy." And who am I to question Dan Aykroyd? But he does sell you a vodka in a skull bottle that's modelled on the crystal skulls that were found in America that were moulded by aliens, or recently made modernly and buried and dug up for a PR stunt. One of the two. You make your mind up. There's two competing theories out there, but Dan Aykroyd is all in on the crystal skulls being from aliens. He's all in on Bigfoot apparently as well. So he seems to be that particular an enthusiast and believing in all these unprovable things, which there's nothing wrong with because it shows a bewilderment in your head, and that's how I got into conspiracy stuff. Anyway, but even some of this, like for example, Dan Aykroyd said, "But what about this guy who was a pilot? What about this guy who was this? What about this guy who was this? What about this guy who was this? Who was this guy? What about this?" You know, because there is no evidence, absolutely none, zero, zip, nada. There is no crystal skulls from aliens. There is no bits of metal people have got out surgically removed from them that have been proven to be implants. None of this shit. That's all hearsay conjecture put out to make money. Like crop circles, right? Like Loch Ness. At the heart of these things, cha-ching, cha-ching, and a rhyme and a reason. At the heart of these things, a rhyme and a reason, and then just monkey see, monkey do, before you know it. Everybody's seen Loch Ness, crop circles are everywhere. You know, it's amazing that aliens only want to come down and... Anyway. People still believe in crop circles. Anyway. So, I wanted to just offer up... Somebody wrote a comment in my video, and I thought it was worthwhile thrown into the mix as it's stirring up a wee bit of debate in me. And people like to talk about this stuff. And listen, if you believe it, I might be completely wrong. Who knows? I might be completely wrong. I, just like a lot of other things that I can't believe in, I've just seen no evidence of evidence even. And then they'll go, "But what about this pilot that says that?" Mate, did you listen to the news the other day? There was a pilot that had to be arrested because he tried to fly a fucking plane full of hundreds of people pissed out his nut. Right? There's pilots that are fucking mental enough to get to drink and drug drive, and you better believe they've joined the Mile High Club when they're driving. You know, when they're driving their aeroplane high in the sky. Rolling, 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 I'm just driving, rolling. I think technically it's called flying, but let's not be pedantic. You better believe they're getting some summer loving up there, man. Maybe not so much nowadays, but back in the day I can imagine. Anyway, let's not romanticise about pilot life. Like, Leonardo DiCaprio in that one where he pretended to be people and write fake checks and stuff. Can't quite remember the name, but it was a good film. Anyway, that's enough about pilots. So, pilots, right, you might be able to get a pilot's licence. It doesn't mean that you're eligible to making up bullshit to fucking make money. Just making up bullshit for the fun of it. Seeing shit because you're high out your tits. A plethora of reasons why you can't just hold up like, oh, this guy was a pilot, he's seen a ball in the sky, and you can throw like natural phenomenon that we don't understand into the mix. People have talked about ball lightning and all that jazz, you know. My head just goes to the most logical thing right now. It's just been the testing of drones for years. Like, see these wee daft drones? See these wee... Oh, I'm going to go into some conspiracy Illuminati programming now. You ever seen those the youngsters that fly the drones? And it's like they've got a wee pair of goggles on and the drones are going around. I call it Wipeout, real life Wipeout. I'm the PlayStation generation. And that's what it looked like to me. And the speed of these fucking things. Right? And they're pretty much, if you're like maybe 20, 30 foot away, you could consider them to be almost silent. And these things can have as many flashing LED lights, hundreds of colours on them. Remember before LED lights and all that were invented? They thought of some like, sort of a flying thing glowing up and making patterns and all that blew your mind. How can you fit so many bulbs on a flying machine? Now with LEDs and drones, in the mind's eye, it's not hard to see the amount of genuine UFO sightings that were shown back in the day that were just drones. Like, see the most spectacular one, Joe Rogan and all that. This is just where my head's at. The logic, the logic versus fantasy tug of war that goes on in a lot of people's nuts. But Joe Rogan and that were talking about Phoenix Lights, I believe. Now, oh no, was it the Philadelphia Lights or the Phoenix Lights? Let me double check this. Phoenix Lights? No. Oh, it was the Phoenix Lights. You know, I hadn't even thought about this is crazy. I hadn't even thought about the esoteric symbolism in that, as in the Phoenix Lights being one of the most recognised mass USO sightings ever. Now, it was over Phoenix. I think Phoenix is Arizona. And a big formation. What appeared to be a big massive formation, right? Silently appeared. Could have just been a wee bunch of fucking drones flying in formation. The fact that it's been branded the Phoenix Lights would lead me to believe it was something to do with the US Air Force or NASA, which would make perfect sense with the technology that they were showing. When were the Phoenix Lights? In the 70s or 80s? Maybe they're 97 actually, sorry, there we go. Right, so it was 97, 30 years ago. And look at the drones we've got flying about. And back then, we go, oh look, but it couldn't be an aeroplane, it's hovering. It's not a helicopter, we can't hear it. You know, just in the mind's eye, we couldn't conceive what that was. And you remember, like, I don't know, I seen the footage where it was like, beep, boop, 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 boop. It was all of them popping up. Right, so imagine you're sitting there and you're like, here, look, not if we only got these drones, bitches. You want to see a demonstration? We've got these things under control. Going to fire them up. Turn on the fucking LED lights, which nobody's seen 1997. People were still using disco bulbs, weren't they? And they fired the drones up in formation above Phoenix, Arizona. I think it's in Arizona. You can go and check that out in your own time. And it was a demonstration for the people in the know on the ground of the technology they had. And how did the military, how did the Air Force and NASA, my best guess, of the Black Ops of those people, disguise this? Oh, it's a fucking UFO, it's the fucking space aliens. Hey, imagine the Russians sitting there like that. Imagine the Russians didn't have fucking drone technology. What the fuck? If the United States actually started speaking with aliens, have the United States. Here, Igor, put that in that bottle of vodka and that blonde and fucking get on this. We need to know what they know about what they know about with that. No? And that's my best guess. That's my best stab in the dark of like some form of reality away from myths, magic, goblins, demons, and people fucking managing to get into your head and tell you fairy fucking stories. Imagine just imagine one time you just didn't believe in goblins and shit, and you only could really sort of you believed in real world, not David Icke. Everything's a vibration world, right? I think that's the logical conclusion you would. That's only 1997. Is that like drones flying in formation? And we have a demonstration for people on the ground. Why did it bamboozle people? Because it seemed to hover. Drones can hover, you know. You know? It makes perfect sense to me. Anyway, I digress. So back to Joe Rogan, Crystal Skulls, Dan Aykroyd believing in everything for Sasquatch, Bigfoot. Anyway, you know, I'm saying that jokingly, but it demonstrates a very... Anyway. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's... I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, right? But I think it's important to understand if you're like that. Otherwise, through your bewilderment, you might start liking UKIP and Tommy Robinson through UFOs and Bigfoot. It's crazy. I know, but it's true. Right, so, there's my wee explanation about that. So that's my best guess about what UFOs... The rhyme and reason that the military use UFOs, right? And this isn't a black magic psyop. Seen Thomas Sheridan on talking about it, somehow relating this to black magic or psyops or something. If you want to boil down magic in the way of no, because it's not manifesting anything. Well, it's manifesting pictures in people's minds that people are going to when they see stuff they can't explain. So drone technology, that's what I think this is. Imagine that back then, if you showed somebody the Wipeout ones with wee guys wearing helmets, and then think of the Robin Williams film Toys, ahead of its time. Hold on, let me see. Robin Williams Toys. Let's hope there's no any. 1992, right? So there's 1992, a film getting made about kids. Was it computer games or did they have things on their heads? I can't remember. But the kids thought they were playing with toys, but it was actually the latest, greatest technology. Fast forward to today, these wee fucking zippy about fucking wipeout machines, I call them. But they're just drones, aren't they? Aye, drones. They're called drones. Aye, drones. 1992, and then there's the Phoenix Light in 1997. So, is it hard to see that 30 years ago they knew about there was drone technology, these wee zippy things like firing about, getting used, and how many of the UFO things for the 80s, 90s, who knows how long it can be explained with drone technology. That was the creme de la creme of the creme de la creme. Now it's toys. Now it's toys. Or was it toys first? Who knows? Before it's a... But, the comment. But it fits in to the kind of story I'm seeing here. I know, punk, that is what they want us to think. Maybe it's the probe, the anal probe I've got controlling my brain, telling me not to believe in them. It was Gas Mask here, actually, man. I tried to respond in a message, but people there all day spell checking fucking 20 billion things before it's just easier. Honestly, it's quicker for me to do this. But what was he saying? It's more about the TTSA. You know, I've got that's the Transport Thingy Authority, but I'm not going to pretend I know the exact abbreviation. I thought it was I think it still is. Maybe he's mistyped it, or maybe I'm just... That isn't the first Google result. Hold on, there it's there. I need to go and find out what that is. a rock star release. Was that like video released by Blink's 182? Prove, yeah, the guy with a Blink 182 seeing the UFO must be fucking real, right? And here's the footage. Aye, this is the kind of footage he's talking about. So it's all this footage that's came from leaked military and quasi-military sources, right? I thought it was like the air traffic control people and all that jazz, right? It's probably... Anyway, you can go and do that on your own time. I'm pretty sure it's the Transport Authority. But he was talking about a Navy footage, right? So I was like thinking, right, well, this is building into my thing. All the stuff that leads you to believe this, all the real credible stuff, and the footage that you can't understand comes from military sources. Now imagine you're a run-of-the-mill pilot, and you somehow, some way, accidentally, maybe it might be could be a Russian drone, a Chinese drone. It could have been your own side's drone, just technology you weren't allowed to encounter. Maybe you were told to leak this stuff. Maybe it was put out to make people believe in UFOs rather than anything else, a government cover-up or something. Maybe it was put out by the military to give the story enough ear of truth to convince people. Because, like, how can I have a go with people genuinely believing this? Because the arguments to prove that aliens and UFOs are real is put forward very... It's very professionally presented. It's very well argued. It's very well put forward. I think, me personally, if you put the evidence that's put forward individually, none of it is evidence. It's most of it there's a get out of alien jail free card and some sort of a form of logic my minuscule brain can grasp to explain that rather than space aliens. But let's say a lot of them are very convincing, and you put them all together in one big portfolio, and you go and bukkake this all over people. They're not going to go on each case and run that through 1,000,001 fucking outcomes, processes, and then go, here, hold on. Let's go with the logical explanation here. They're going to take all the best bits of the story from all the stories and put it together. And that's how I believe that these pieces of these narratives are just built. And we know that. We know that! But people know that in the sense that, look at the adverts. Could be the shittest advert in the world, but all they do is need to repeat it. A Mars a day helps you work less. The amount of stuff that's ingrained in my head through hours of TV watching when I was younger. The adverts right now, I could just go like that and roll off my tongue. Everybody knows the same. But have you ever fucking been there and burst into like advert song? Anyway, so it's just repeating this stuff. Anyway, it's not. And it's even the UFO thing is so closely tied with the truther community. It's almost like the genesis of it, isn't it? The UFOs, the government conspiracy of UFOs. That was the first angle to get the populace through the new media all super sceptical. And the first one was, because why the hell would the government cover up Bigfoot? You know what I'm saying? There's a government conspiracy to cover up Bigfoot. Doesn't really sell that well, but there's a government conspiracy to sell up aliens. They're hiding the technology. They'll get ray guns. They'll get this. They'll get that. Now, I don't believe in that. And I don't expect you to, and vice versa, if that makes sense. Anyway, but it's just not my bag anymore. mentally, I think I thought through it enough. And anyway, so if you look at all the sources, I think in every single one of the stories, man, even all the ones that fucking Dan Aykroyd's sitting there rhyming and repeating, you're like, come on, mate, it's a pile of shite. He's honestly referring to crystal skulls put here. There's like being half-arsed academics looked at these things and went, it's got a made in fucking China fucking stamp on it. I'm exaggerating just a little, but pretty much people with half a brains, and there's still people out there parroting the crystals. No, we just think it's a government conspiracy. And I don't know where your want for a government conspiracy came from. Mine's came from like Sky One. Remember, this was prior to 9/11. Like the seeds of conspiracy in the government. X-Files, Sky One, Unsolved Mysteries, and all the UFO and Bigfoot stuff that in the UK before Sky Television came over here. And I can only say what I experienced, and I can only imagine this might be similar to people in my age range. Because at the time, parents never thought fucking twice. Here, turn the telly on and sit them in front of it for hours. You know, there was nobody out there going, here, parents, it's probably not the best idea, you know. So you can't condemn them for doing it. Just fucking unaware. But anyway, and you were sitting in front of this box for hours, and the new stuff. Well, I was a young boy, so you're going to all that stuff that's amazing. Pictures of Loch Ness, UFOs, oh wow, aren't aliens real? Right, because that's where your head's at, you're just a little sponge. And then before you know it, it's like the UFO government conspiracy thing. And then before you know it, 9/11 happens, and that conspiracy morphs into some sort of a geopolitical thing. And then before you know it, fast forward, there's people getting fucking heads turned to mush through YouTube, Facebook, and going and fighting for fucking ISIS, hacking people, breaking into routers, fucking thinking they're fucking online warriors, actually going and fighting in the real world. And you had people in and around the Glasgow area that went and started fighting for the fucking... Where did the... Oh, fucking idiot, man. No offence, he thought, oh, I was just whacked in the nut. Went and started fighting for the Kurdish mob over in Syria. I'm fighting ISIS, so ISIS will come to get us, I'm going to go and fight them in Syria. You fucking mental, you loon ball. You know, see if somebody's like that here, batter in. Just fucking, I would just say if I was a member of his family, tie him up and get him sectioned. You know what I mean? You're sitting here with your fucking first world problems, you bastard, and you're thinking about going and fucking fighting in a hole in the fucking sand about shit you don't even understand, fucking idiot. Virtual signalling motherfucker. But some guys have got that in their nut. They love to go and roll about in the dirt and fucking play soldier. Not for me. Anyway, but that's just my conspiracy behind the conspiracy of the conspiracy world, and how UFOs is. That's how I don't have contempt for it or anything like that. It's just, I can't take any of it serious. I mean, everything I hear from even people I know and stuff, it can kind of be explained more or less with logical phenomenon. If not fucking maybe being young and eating some fermented shit in a fucking kitchen that had fucking grew some fungi that you didn't know how much of a fun guy it would make you if you ate it. You know, it's crazy. Talk about like the way DMT and all that can form, man. It's funny, but that's probably true in certain elements, man. Anyway, but I don't believe in aliens. I think the whole UFO thing is one big contrived bit of shit. No offence. It's well presented. Here, look, I used to believe in chemtrails, you know? I'm not going to ever go... And the UFO ones... The UFO ones, easier to believe than fucking chemtrails. So I can't talk about anybody, but I'm just saying this is where my logical head's at now. Is that not just like drones information. Wow, look, it's making no noise, it's just hovering there. It's that 8 or 9 little drones. You could do that, like a fucking 12-year-old could do that now, couldn't they? 30 years now, a 12-year-old could do that. Send some drones up, put them in formation, stick some lights on above a city. Look, man, there's something in the fucking sky, we can't hear it, man. But it's how easily fooled. When I was younger, that was the stuff that really tickled me. Anyway, Sunday morning, right, I'm off, that's enough time. Look, there's the triangle ones. That isn't a real photograph, by the way. But that's the one that was alleged to be the stealth bomber. Anyway. I admit, like, listen, there was a point where I was considering that there was genuine shape-shifting lizards because of digital glitches in videos I didn't understand. It was a hell of a lesson for me, right? There was a genuine point where that David Icke cunt and fucking idiots on YouTube were close to convincing me. I was like watching these things, I'm like, look, it's actually... Their eyes are blurring, they're turning into their shape-shifting technologies stopping for a second. Now, it didn't last long, right, because I was like, hold on a sec, I'm no sleeping until I can fucking knock this thing out. There's no way I'm walking around thinking there's shape-shifting fucking aliens about here, man, no way. Anyway, and then, when the penny dropped, that it was just something my dumbass, dumbed down, minuscule mind couldn't understand. And somebody understood, there was people that didn't understand this, and then used a bit of conjecture, oh, it could be this, it could be that, and just rhymed and repeated it enough that idiots out there were close to believing it. You know, there's probably some people out there that think I'm shilling for the alien, oh fuck, the alien race, shape-shifting reptiles, but I don't know if they're aliens or just ancient aliens. And then, remember when he was the son of Jesus, then that was a metaphor, but he was really the son of Jesus, or he was Jesus actually, not the son of Jesus, because Jesus didn't have any children apparently, or did he? And then, David Icke turned into the lizard people, shape-shifting lizards, and then that turned into a metaphor. And then, now he just tries not to approach it, now he just goes, oh, vibrations. Right, well, here, can I vibrate some money in your pocket? Why do you want some very real money to sell us some of your vibrations? Anyway, I digress. That's well long enough talking about UFOs. UFOs and the whole shebang. But that's an interesting wee walk down my nut with regards to how I've engaged with the UFO media over the years. Why I think the way I think right now with regards to all the UFO stuff. And again, I'm saying all this shite is fucking crap. No doubt there's some sort of fucking alien life out there. No doubt. I mean, I think if you're the most sceptical of betting men, you would still bet on there being life out there. My point being is all this stuff hyped up in the media, put out by military sources, pilots and all that. Remember, pilots can be as much a scumbag as everybody else. So can people in the military. They're as fallible as me and you. They're as corruptible as me and you. All because somebody wears shiny shoes and has sun in front of his name doesn't mean he shits fucking gold bricks. Although that would be handy. Anyway, remember what I do here is digital basking. It's all available and accessible free of charge. I hope to do such a good job you'll find value in what I do and use your spare change, not your life savings, in the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. And a mega thanks to those who do. Tune in on Tuesday for Not the InfoWars Nightly News. And maybe something tomorrow night, but I doubt it. I don't know. Maybe. Could be up to. I'll sort out a proper schedule as things settle down. Got a lot on right now. Anyway. And don't hate me, because I'm sceptical about the UFOs. Remember, I can be sceptical because I wear the spectacles. I think that's the rule. If you're going to be sceptical, better wear the spectacles. Sure, I seen that in the toilet wall once. Must be true. Thumbs it up, share it, all the comments. I'm good to go. Alrighty, BoodTube. Thanks for listening.
Catch you.